Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Juan Cristales here. We are doing ground up new construction duplexes in Texas. Now, I've been doing this for about 5 years and I'm just bringing it out here for you guys to see it. If you guys want to learn more about it, please ask me as many questions as you like. This stuff is a lot less complicated than people make it seem to be. New construction is where I wish I would have started. I did not start in new construction. I started doing fix and flips, and I'm telling you, I wish I would have changed completely. Now, check this out. So we're going to be talking about the 3 steps to get us to this point. Step number 1 is going to be getting the boundary survey. One of the first things that we have to do is get a survey that gives us essentially where the corners of the lot are going to be. That's just the boundary survey. Nothing too crazy. You see a fence here, you see a fence in the back, and then basically just right down the middle. That's just part of the soft cost, which means we're just going to get a survey whenever we're going to buy it. Part of the process when we get that survey is to get the builder plans and all that stuff, right? And inside of the builder plans is something called a site plan. That is what needs to be done next. So basically, this is the set of plans that we submitted to the city, and these are the ones that they have approved. If you look right here on the far right hand side, you'll see the address of the property where we're going to be doing this, and the date and all this other stuff, and the company name and all that stuff. But that's not what I'm trying to show you. What I'm trying to show you here is going to be the site plan. So remember, the first step I told you was to get the boundary survey. So let me zoom in real quick. Okay, so what I did was just zoom in real quick, and all this is, guys, is just we took the boundary survey, which is the red lines, and the architect basically put the structure on top of that. So basically, this is going to be the footprint of the structure itself. So you see right here where it says 27.49, 27.48. These are basically the distances from the boundary line of the property out to where the structure is going to be. So from here to here, from here to here, so on and so forth. Okay, now, and then you have some in the front. You have a 25 building setback. You have this dotted line here that's basically going to tell you the 5 foot building setback on the sides. So we're way outside of that. We're way outside of here. We're way outside of this. And then we're just going to have a really big backyard for these guys, which is great. All this stuff is already gone. Now, so check this out. So we're the guys that are doing the form. So let me back up real quick. So the first step was to get the boundary survey. Then we did the plans, right? This is the site plan. After that, we have to put in a pad. This fill dirt is what's right here. This brown stuff here is different color than this other stuff here. This fill dirt is a much better quality soil that we have to use for this. And so that needs to be put in. It needs to be compacted and needs to be ready for the foundation. Once that is complete, that's step number 2. Step number 3 is to get the forms in. So step number 3, where we're at right now, is going to be the forms. There's a bunch of other little small things in there, but I'm trying to keep it simple for you guys, just to get you an idea of where we're at. So the forms is what's next. These pieces of wood here are basically going to be holding up the concrete as they pour it. So for example, we have a little porch right here in the front, so that's why this piece is a little bit lower. We're going to have a little porch right here, and then basically this is going to be higher because that's going to be in the inside of the house, and then just all this stuff is going to have just concrete in it and all this other stuff. This form survey is the forms being put in. If you think about it, the concrete is going to get put in here, it's going to butt up against the wood, and that's as far as it's going to go. And so that's basically the next step, and that's where we're at right now. So now that we've gotten that, remember we said the first thing was a boundary survey. The next thing we have to do is a form survey. So now the survey company comes out again, and they basically verify the location of the corners of the structure and where they're at and all this other stuff to kind of just ensure that they are according to the plan. So just as we were talking about right now, the form survey is going to just verify the corners here, and they're going to just make another survey basically letting us know where all these corners are, where this other stuff is, because we have to send this over to the city. The city has to approve this before they will send out any inspections for the foundation before we pour the concrete. So that's another step that we have to do. Nothing too crazy. So I just wanted to show you briefly here kind of what this looks like and what these guys do. So you see these nails that are right here. This is the line. So the guys that are doing the forms, they have, laser, they have These guys have laser levels, and they use string to just make sure that these lines are straight as accurate as possible. So if you see these nails right here, that's where they're getting their guide from. So they'll tie a line there and make sure that this is going straight back. My line's crooked there, but that's basically what they're trying to do with those nails, and they just use that for that purpose. And so you have another one here in the front. And I was just trying to show you guys what that looks like. This is going to be the structure itself. This is a 27 square foot property, 2,427. We're looking at approximately 1,200 square feet each side. We're going to have a firewall going right down the middle. Okay, so these are just some still pictures I wanted to share with you guys, and this stuff is nothing too crazy. We've done this particular model before. So basically, right down the middle here, I know it looks a little bit lopsided, but there's going to be a firewall. So this is going to be, actually, this is going to be Unit B, and this is going to be Unit A. And the reason why is because this is property 104, and then the one right here to the left of it is property 106. So as you're going up the street, you're increasing in numbers. So that makes the right-hand side A and the left-hand side B. And so this is what these guys are sending us. Again, after this, the next step is going to be to do the plumbing ground. So we've already ordered the form survey. Hopefully these guys can get out there tomorrow and get this thing taken care of. And then they'll draw the pictures, send it to us, and then we've already paid for it. And then we'll send it over to the city. Once the city looks at it and approves it, we'll be good to go for any other inspections. So we'll do the plumbing ground next. That's the next big thing that we have to do. And the plumbing ground, what that is just basically going to show us where the wastewater is going to be going. They have to be independent of each other, right? So, all the white pipes that go underneath the house, all that stuff, how that's all connected. We have bathrooms here on the corner. We have, kitchens. We have all that stuff, utility rooms. So all that stuff needs to be connected next. This is some material that got left over. We have to make sure that our material gets taken care of. If it sits out there for too long, it's going to turn brown like this. So we want to make sure that either that gets stored somewhere or we end up, returning it to what the store where everybody from, whatever. So anyway, that's as far as we got so far right now, guys. It's nothing too crazy right now. This is pretty simple stuff. We're building single story duplexes. They're very, very easy. As you can see, here's just a big box. If you guys want to learn more about this stuff, please feel free to reach out to me. I got a free ebook that you guys can just download now that I'm just decided to go ahead and just give it away if you guys want it. I'll put it in the comments so you guys can go ahead and access that. And it just basically talks you through the whole process of how to find the lots, how to, fund it, how to get the whole process going, how to go through the construction process, how to find the contractors, how to do the whole entire thing. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.